Welcome to Friday Live. It's a lot of fun. It's the close of the week. We have the weekend in front of us. And let's get to it.
Quick disclaimer. Opinions expressed by Bill Doobie Variety Channel are for education and entertainment purposes only. Viewers are encouraged to further research this topic, so as not to be caught unprepared in the future. Feel free to leave any questions you may have in comments section below.
Woohoo! And that's it. Disclaimer. And we have more to share, all sorts of stuff today.
It's here by popular demand. The BDV shirt and the BDV merch shop. Not only that, we have BDV cups too. All sorts of merch. Check out the BDV Uncle Bill Doobie merch on any of the community walls of my channels. It's on Cook, Camp, Create, Critique, Climb, Lumosity, Thumbnail Hacks. It's on them all. I love you. Check out the link in the description. Also, it's maybe I'll put it down here. I don't know if I have the time.
And the link was there. Yay! Welcome to everybody who's joined the live stream. Hello there, the Regina Show. Great to have you in here, my moderator, and very much appreciated moderating. And rather than going into a big long diatribe about how the fact that I'm not feeling a little under the weather, we might as well make a lesson about it.
Well, I'm not feeling that well, and my temperature's 99 and then some. So obviously I'm doing the best I can to keep a cold away. And that is why I am saving, I'm not saving, I'm making use of the time. Things that you need around the house for when you're sick. One is you need a good thermometer. Two, NyQuil or something equivalent to it. I use the nighttime medicine all the time. Unless I have to drive, then I use daytime medicine. But when I'm feeling sick, I don't drive. So there you go. Because you really probably shouldn't drive when you're sick. I also use this sometimes in place of cough medicine because unfortunately I forgot to buy more. And I'm not going to feel like going out to the store to get some more. Now, this is something a little bit different than a lot of people use. It's called a neti pot bottle. It's like a neti pot. And when you get congested, it'll help force your sinus passages open. Now, unfortunately, with the what I have going on now, which is a really bad head cold, I can hardly use this. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I tried to use it a second time today, and my nose was saying this hurts too much. And I've never had it hurt before. Naproxen, that's NASAD, I think they're called. But anyways, this will help lower your temperature and cure wodalgia. This is my go-to for pain relief. I hardly ever use it, but it's my go-to when I have pain. Ibuprofen, another thing to use. And mainly I keep this around the house for everybody else because most people use ibuprofen. Alka-Seltzer Cold, that's a good thing to have too because that actually has aspirin in it. At least I think it does. Let's see. Now I said aspirin. Yep, they use aspirin in Alka-Seltzer Plus. Something as allergies run around my house. When it first started flaring up, I thought this was allergies. Sorry to say, it's not. 99 is pretty much confirming that I'm running a higher temperature than normal. Echinacea, I've already swallowed down 2 of these, And let's see, what do we got? Nighttime. If you don't like taking the tussin this way, you can take it in pill form. That works good too. Those are all my cold remedies, and lots of water, and believe it or not, chicken soup. I'm going to start thawing out some chicken thighs to make some chicken soup tomorrow. Love you all. This might be the only part of the show that you see. Love you. Bye-bye. And I'll turn it back over to this guy if he's still moving.
Yep, I'm still moving, doing the best I can. One thing that I realized I didn't talk about is you can also drink tea and keep your fluids up. I think I did talk about fluids, but I didn't talk about how soothing it is to have tea out of a cup. It's just really good to have some good hot tea. Now, let's get into the news, seeing as we don't have any questions, and feel free to ask questions at any time during the broadcast.
All right, today's news, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to cover some CBS news and that the Canadian wildfires. I didn't realize that it's such a big thing, but excuse me. Hundreds of wildfires up in Canada, and it's wreaking havoc over half of the United States right now. Good news about that is the fact that it's going to go offshore, and a lot of the heavy, dense smoke is dissipating. The bad news is that this smoke is very toxic, and they're warning people about inhaling it because it goes deep and it can go to every part of your body. Tick bites. That's another thing on CBS News. They're warning about tick bites, and there's all sorts of diseases and maladies that you can get from tick bites. So the best thing to do is avoid ticks. Stay away from tall grass where you know that deers go. I was told by a friend of mine that deer ticks are the only ones that give you diseases such as Lyme disease, but I'm not taking my chances on any ticks. You can treat your whole body with DEET, which is a very powerful insecticide, and treat your clothing with permethrin, which is an insect repellent, whatever, very toxic. Don't put it on your skin. There was a thing about ticks that I thought, I never knew this. Ticks can actually make you allergic to red meat. They carry some sort of allergen that will make you allergic to eating red meat, and you don't want to be doing that. But maybe if they could bottle it for all of the people that are anti-meat eaters, vegetarians. All right, CD withdraw, early withdrawal penalties. There was also a thing about that in CBS News on the Today Show portion of their website. Easy way to avoid CD early withdrawals are one, you can take it. What you need to do, I didn't read the article, but the bottom line is you pay off your high interest loans first. And so for a CD withdrawal, if you're going to withdraw from a CD, usually that breaks the CD and you're going to lose all of the interest on it or whatever. Whatever the terms of the agreement are, find out how much you're going to lose, and then you equate it against the cost of getting a loan to pay off whatever expense it is that you were thinking of paying off from breaking your CD. It's that simple. Now, why borrow on your home equity? Oh, yeah. There's another article about why borrowing on your home equity before the next rate hike, if you're going to, would be a good idea. One, it might be a little harder to get a loan. The interest rates will go up. The amount that they give you for your loan would go down because your value, the house would go down. All sorts of reasons why, if you're going to get the loan, get it now. Myself, I prefer to be out of debt. Now, let's get on to some real good news. Good news! In Madagascar, there's a 23-year-old person, founder of a corporation that is 3D printing schools, and they call it Think Huts. They've halved the cost of making a school. The Think Huts cost $40,000 to manufacture, whereas a conventional school would have cost $80,000. Now that's good. It takes them 18 hours to build one of these things, and I already said the cost is $40,000. New cancer screening, they've been doing lots of breakthroughs with RNA research. I think might be a byproduct of all of our COVID RNA research. But they had an article on goodnewsnetwork.org about being able to identify in a person's RNA that there is a high probability of tumors of various types in the future, decades in advance of the tumors forming. Pretty wild. Now the thing will be is if they can get decades in advance treatment for these tumors. One other RNA breakthrough that they had on the research with RNA is they found a cure for blindness, this rare blindness that people would get from having leukemia cancer, a type of leukemia cancer, and this would a single shot cured their blindness. Amazing. Also, there is a 10-year-old that got credited with making a major find about the interrelationships between insects and vegetation. This 10-year-old from Pennsylvania, whose daddy also teaches at my old alma mater, Penn State University, in entomology, noticed that the ants had oat galls, and for some reason they said seeds. Oat galls are not seeds, but oat galls that were piled up next to the ant colony and had actually collected them. And this 10-year-old went in, along with her father, of course, or mother, I can't remember whether the professor was a man or a woman. I think it was her father. But anyways, they found out that there's this wasp and the ants and the tree. And supposedly the wasp gets the oat tree to oak. I did say oat. Oats are things that go in the ground and the farmer makes them. Oak tree. The oak tree's leaves, it didn't say exactly how the wasp makes these galls form. My guess is that the wasp either stings the leaf or just bites on the leaf and then the gall gets formed. But that was, you'd have to read the whole article to find out the interrelationships between the galls, wasp, and what the other thing is, the wasps are credited with being able to color code the galls so the ants know which ones they can take back to their hive and preserves, which ones they can eat, which ones they can't eat. The color coding is like a pink hat on the top of the gall. Pufferfish. Pufferfish were also their mating habits and their art, because they have this very intricate patterns that these little 15-inch pufferfish make when they're mating off of Japan in the oceans. And it's a small thing, but that article is probably in the Positive News Network to help teach divers. Stay away from these things. Observe from a distance, because it takes 2 weeks for the pufferfish to make the nest, and then it gets a female, and they come back to lay the eggs, and there's actually eggs there. So it's a lot like a sea turtle, where the sea turtle lays eggs. You want to stay away from sea turtle nests too. They come up on shore actually to lay their eggs. But back to the pufferfish. I'm guessing that there's a problem with divers coming too close to those nests and actually destroying the eggs. So that's why public education. And that, my friends, is the news that is the news. One other last bit of nice news is I'm still breathing because I am sicker than sick can be at the moment. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. Love you all, and I'm turning it back over to this guy who's probably also sick. Do this because I've been hot and cold, hot and cold, and hot and cold today, and I also took off my jacket. We're having a great time here today, doing the best we can under the circumstances, and it has just been amazing time. This is the other shirt. All right, so let's see. Let's do a game and let's see where everybody's coming from. How about the winning wheel? Nah, let's not do the winning wheel. Let's do plus an interaction, and we're going to show this on stream so that you can see it. And we are going to pick an interaction. How about emojis? How's everybody feeling today with their emojis? And we're going to start this interaction. What type of emoji describes you best? Let's see. How about that one? That's me. By the way, the I don't know if this one will show. Let me give it a try. Can I copy it? No. There it is. And I talk to myself. Oh, I love that. That is cute. Let's see if this shows the link or not. Probably not. How about we pin that and show it on stream? That is the link where I am drawing my emojis from. And having Virginia here makes me feel happy. Whoa. No, I didn't put the money there. I put the smiley face. Let's get going with emojis. Get crazy with emojis. It's crazy with emoji time. Whoever gets the most on there in the smallest amount of time wins a prize. Let's see if we can fill this whole screen up. What happens if we do more than one at a time? Let's give that a try. Oh, it looks like somebody already did. Oh, Easter Island. I didn't even know they made an emoji for that. That link that I just highlighted, that is a link that has all sorts of emojis. If you can think of an emoji, it's on there. There we go. We'll see your 3 and I'll raise you 1.
And let's see, is there anything? Not one question yet today. Oh, here we go. Emojis. There was a little question mark in the link that I put in there. And we're back. Friday. We're enjoying the music and having some fun and just kicking back, doing the chat, talking about cures. Let's go into transient thoughts and what are some of the craziest cures you can remember for colds when you were, summer memories. How about summer memories? We're going to do some summer memories on the stream. Fun summer memories. Fishing with mom. Now, the strange thing about summer camp was the fact that a lot of people, and hello, Bridget D, great for you to drop down. Great to see you here. Fun times, fun times. Going to summer camp, and let's see what else. One of the funny things about summer camp was that, kids were either really wanted to go there or they didn't want to go there. And a lot of times there were reasons, and it was interesting to find that out at a later age. All right. Looking. Come on, I can't be the only one who has summer memories. Virginia, you're going to remember this one. Did you guys have the ice cream truck when you were growing up? I loved the ice cream truck. Save all of our money and go chase down the ice cream truck and get an ice cream. My favorite was the dreamsicle. Now, one of the good things about being sick is you feed a fever, starve a cold, and I have a fever, so I'm feeding it. Yum, yum, yum. All right, other. Oh, skiing. Whoops. Can't spell today. We had a local radio station near where we live called WNDR. I remember growing up, and it was down near the canal. It was actually a feeder canal to the Erie Canal. Yes, the legendary Erie Canal that linked Syracuse to Albany. And that was supposed to make Syracuse bigger than New York City back when the Erie Canal was made. And what we would do is we'd go down to WNDR, and they would be having all of these 45s that they would just throw out. And so we'd go down there, can we have some 45s? My first 45 that I didn't skid, or maybe I skidded it later, was I still remember that I'm going to write me a book by Bruce Cloud, and you can actually ask Google to play that, and Google will go back and play it. Or is it Alexa? I can't remember which. I deal with so much AI. It is insane. It's fun, and if anybody hasn't tried AI, you need to go out there and play with it, because it is the way of writing in the future. Now, you can't depend on it, and I see a lot of times where people depend on doing AI without error checking it. As a matter of fact, one of the article that I read about the boy who had discovered the thing with the galls, and I actually went and looked up the information about the galls, and it was as I thought. The wasp injects some sort of chemical into the leaf that causes the gall to form. Now, my thinking is that they actually sting the leaf to make the galls appear. And when they when they actually lay their eggs into the gall, that is what causes the gall to have a different color, because the ants know when they harvest these things to bring back the certain ones and not to eat the ones that have the wasp. I don't know. It's between them and the ants, and it's amazing the interrelationship between the galls. Current otter pop is yucky. Well, that's too bad. You'll have to get a different otter pop then, I guess, Bridget. What isn't yucky? That's the kind of stuff we like in the chat. You know, things that are yucky in life, we have enough unyucky. I mean, we have enough unyucky stuff that tastes good, and life that is going good. That's the kind of stuff to share. I mean, here I am. I am not feeling well, but I'm not concentrating on that. I'm concentrating on the fact I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm eating, and I'm not beaten. Because I'm not going to let this cold get me down. Also, I got into a habit during my cancer therapy years ago of doing my nightly workout. The only time I don't do my nightly workout is when I'm not at home. If I'm at home, I'm doing that workout no matter how I feel. Last night, I did not feel well, but I did that workout anyways. And I did it the same way I do every night, which is just nice and relaxing, end of day routine. And that was fun. And Uncle Al, great to see you in here, Diet Bullfrog. And it's been an amazing week. I've been fighting a cold all week long. Now, one of the other cures or treatments, and let's go and I like slushies. They're nice. One of the treatments for colds also is just plain old salt. Gargling with salt is a really good thing. You don't want to swallow it, but gargling with it helps with sores towards the back of your mouth and sore throat. And that's how I started the week off, and I think that actually helped keep the cold away until towards the end of the week. And guess what, folks? This has been a great week. We're going 30 minutes every day, so there's going to be 30 minutes on the weekend. And like I said earlier in the week, the newsletter after this week is going to be the last week of having the newsletter. Love you all. Bye-bye. And thank you to everyone who came into the replay crew.